Hello everyone, Basic Ollie here, hope you're all doing well and welcome back to another GT Sport video. So today we are finally going back to some FIA racing. I feel like it's been 3 or 4 weeks since the last one. Far too long for my liking. I really enjoy these races. All the best drivers come out, weird track combinations they don't really ever see on daily races, and this is a prime example of it. So this is round 1 and it is around the Red Bull Ring, but it's the short version, and we have a very meaty 304 points on offer. That's quite a chunk, so I reckon this is second top split maybe with that amount of points on offer. So let's not mess about, let's just crack on with it straight away. Let's jump into qualifying. So as you can probably tell, for my manufacturer I've decided to go with Ford. Why have I chosen Ford? Well, because me, Rory and Adventure Racing have all decided to get together. They're 2 other YouTubers, I'll leave their links in the description down below, but we decided to come together and we have like a triple threat to see who can come out on top by the end of the just 8 rounds in this season. Funnily enough, there's not actually 10, unless my maths is wrong. But when you go on the calendar, I believe there's only 8 races for this manufacturer series. But it doesn't matter, because I'm just glad. So as you can see, we've gone through the first corner. The second corner is just a tight right-hander now, onto a left-hander, and then basically onto another straight. So yeah, power cars really are handy around here. If you're in a front-wheel drive car as well, massive advantage at the moment, because you know how good those cars are powering out of corners, so they have a massive advantage over cars at the moment. Any other car, 4-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive, front-wheel drive cars just seem to dominate the builds. So we cross the line here. I do a 51.6, which to be fair, I thought at the time was a really good time, but amazingly, as you can see, only put me in 11th place. So I've gone out again, and you can see I'm just trying to time the perfect time to come out and launch on the back of someone else to get that slipstream, because that's probably what I was missing. I did get good slipstream in the last run, but I wanted it again, because if you don't have the slipstream, you're in trouble in this one. Big trouble, because it's half the track is a straight. You've got the straight on the start, and then you've got straight in the back, and then you've got a few corners between. It's very minimal. Unfortunately, the Ferrari there decides to back out, so I do not have the lovely slipstream which I've been banging on about. I don't have that on this run. So let's just see if we could just nail our breaking points. The cones on the left hand side there, completely ignore them. 2 wheels over the white line as you go around this right hander, then over to left again. We're up again, so we're personal best. It's at 158, so it's not too bad, just 1.5 temps up. Really flirting with the track limits there on the curb. So if you go 4 wheels over the white line there, it will give you a penalty. So I was right on the limit, trying to push as much as I can. Now here I brake a little bit too late, miss the apex on the inside there, go wide here. It's okay, I've still got some wheels on the white line, and then here I go too deep. As you can see, I was around 78 miles per hour as I was going into the apex. You kind of want to be 81, 82, that kind of speed. So I just about to cross the line, but you see I'm P12, but as I cross the line I only improved by 1600ths of a second, and I got to P7. So I gained 5 positions there. So that goes to show you guys how close this lobby was. It was remarkable, absolutely incredible. So I go again, but there's not enough time, and it's just the end of the run, unfortunately. And we've crossed the line, and we finished P9. So I'll take P9. I will, because it is a really difficult lobby. Second top split, well, it's a top split for a reason, so any top split's hard, but to be in the second one, yeah, this is really hard, guys. So yeah, I'm happy to be in the top 10. I'm rusty, it's a new manufacturer, I've gone from Mitsubishi, I'm now into Ford. My first real race, let's see what we can do in this one. I'm quietly confident, but I don't know, it's going to be nice to have top end again. So we get underway then. There's a Toyota GT86 in front of us, another Brit, lost. So we're going to go straight past him on the straight here, the Toyota 86. Very good on tyre wear and around the corners, but on the straights, no problem whatsoever overtaking it. It's just no good. But I go way too deep once more, and I get a bundle of understeer, and to correct that I have to slow right down, and that causes the Toyota to get right in the back of me. But it's okay, this Mustang is quite a chunky boy, so it's quite difficult to get past, and thankfully I managed to get the Toyota behind me. So up ahead then I have a Frenchman, Monaco Dylan in the BMW M3, and then just in front of him as well he's got a trail of cars. Now I want to make sure I want to keep on the slipstream with these guys. I don't want to break out of it. The slipstream is about 3/4 of a second. So you can see there, I've just managed to get well within that now. So as long as I keep within that, I should be fine. And a major thing about this track, guys, a major thing is penalties. As you can see, there's 1 or 2 people now already. There's a guy overhead who's got one. The corner cut-in penalties on it are so strict. So strict. It was unreal. Honestly, if you get through this race without getting a penalty, it's a miracle in itself. If you manage to do that, you will gain a few positions. So that's exactly what I've managed to do so far. I know it's only a lap in, but you know, you can easily get one on the first lap, and then it's just you fall back so quickly if you get a penalty on the opening lap. But thankfully, so far, so good. No issues whatsoever. As you can see, going through the right-hander again, flirting with danger, just like the BMW is. But you've got to get every ounce of performance out of this car if you're going to get anywhere. So there's a guy who's just served his penalty there, the guy from Greece in the Porsche. So he's dropped back. That puts me up to P7. So we start at P9. We're now up to P7. This is a good start. Not bad at all. Not too shabby. Still on the back of the BMW as well. And we're going to cross the line here. What time are we going to set compared to the rest? So a 52.3. It's not bad, but it's not particularly lightning either. As you can see, the guy in first set a 51.5. But I'll hold my hands up and say the Mustang is not the quickest around here. Not at all. So let's talk about the race and the strategy then. So this race, you have to use the medium tyres. Okay, there's 23 laps. The tyre wear is okay, but the front left dies off very quickly. So you can do about 10 laps on the softs, and then it just starts to die. To be fair, on lap 8 or 9, you really start to feel it. But yeah. Anyways, so this guy in the Aston Martin Vantage, he goes to the right to defend. The BMW goes to the left, and then I nick the slipstream, and I manage to slip up the inside through the right-hander. That puts me up to 6th place. Now I'm thinking about going for a move. I brake late, but the Brit in front of me does really well there. There's nothing I could do. I had to give him the space, so he managed to keep P5. But this is going well. So up to P6 now, so that's a net gain of 3 positions so far. I'd expect that, because the strategy-wise for this is 10 laps on the soft, 13 on the medium, or you can do 13 on the medium, then 10 laps on the soft. There are some people out there that will do the, won't stop at all and go on the mediums. I've seen it work, and it has worked very well for people. But myself personally, I'm not too great at saving the tyres. That's something I probably need to work on a little bit there. But yeah, I need to work on that. As you can see, the guy went over the white line zone. He didn't get a penalty for it. So I'm wondering if the track limits are maybe slightly different. Maybe I've been a little bit too cautious there. But yeah, he's got away with that. So for this next stint here, I think about going for a move on the inside here. Again, I thought about it, but then it was just, again, I just keep my head down here. I'm up to P6. I'm going to keep calm. This is a really good position I'm in now. I don't want to throw it away. Just keeping the slipstream of the Brit ahead. No fuel saving at all is needed in this race, guys. None at all whatsoever, which is really, really good to see. So, well, normally, when you get the start and you get all the cars and it's showing everyone's name and what position you're in and stuff, you can normally tell if it's a fuel saving race or not, because everyone's revving the crap out of their engines, basically. You can hear it. And there was quite a few people doing it on this one, but you end up with about a lap spare fuel. So I was still a little bit cautious, because I didn't know if the Mustang was quite heavy on fuel. I still haven't learned that out yet. Again, first race is manufacturer. So surprisingly, Brit Creaser here, V1 Creaser, he backs off. Fair play to him. I think he knew I was on the soft tyres. He may have been on the mediums and I had the better pace. So we managed to eventually, by the end of lap 5, with just 2 corners to go, get past him. So we're going to start lap 6 and we're going to be in P5. So for the next 4 laps, we managed to defend pretty well up to lap 10. Now you can see he's really behind me now. As you can see, my tyre, front left tyre, is just absolutely dead. So I can see him on the radar there. He shoots up the inside. I'm not going to try and fight it too much, but there is contact and it does slow me down, and that drops me down to P7. So in one corner I've dropped 2 positions. So that's 10 laps of hard work. Half of it is erased basically in one corner. So it's just frustrating sometimes, these lobbies, because they're so competitive, which is awesome, but just a tiniest mistake can cost you dearly. It really can. Anyways, it's time to go to the pits end. So lap 10. I started on the soft, so I'm going to go in, go on the mediums now, and we won't have to stop. So we'll just go on the mediums all the way to the end of the race. Now this may look disastrous, the current position I'm in. I'm currently sat P17, but I was one of the very first. So if we skip forward ahead, I can't speak. Skip forward ahead, I'm now in P16 as someone's gone in the pits, but as you see, he comes out, drop you down to P17. I get a very, very good run on the German here. I just go over to the right side, he's about to defend it, but I just managed to get past. Now I go for a sneaky move here, and I managed to get past 2 of them on the inside of this right-hander. So that was my move of the video, I think, to get past 2 of them in one corner around this track. When there's only 6 corners in a lap, I will take, taking 2 people on that corner. That was pretty sexy. I'll take that. So you can see this guy, TX3 Comrades. Now 2 people go in the pits, so that's going to now promote us up to P12, I believe it should, once they go in the pits. But like I said, we don't have to worry about that. So now, P11. Okay, okay, might be someone else in there then. So, yeah, we go to lap 16 now. I decided to stay behind this TX3 comrade, since his pace was pretty solid. So I just wanted to keep the slipstream and not bother him too much, not fight, and let's just move on ahead. But I did realise, as soon as we caught up with this Toyota 86, if he makes a move, I'm going to have to try and follow him. Now, I couldn't quite follow him through this first corner, so I have to make sure I get a nice exit and maybe potentially get him on the second one. So I've got the speed, even with the slipstream with the Toyota having it, he hasn't got it. And which is even better news as well, Comrades has got himself a penalty, which is half a second, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it will give me the track position, which is exactly what I need. So my patience is starting to come to me now. It's starting to look good. So sticking behind him for 10 or so laps or whatever it was, it's starting to pay off, because he's now served his penalty. I'm up to P9. He nearly, as you can see on the radar, goes into the back of me. Thankfully, I think that's just a misjudgment of the fact that he just served his penalty. Tried to brake a little bit later than usual, couldn't quite do it, nearly went into the back of me. Right, lap 19 then. So we're on the back of an Evo. Okay, now I know the Evo like the back of my hand. We've been there, we've done that, we've done a whole series on it. You can see he goes terribly wide there, and you know what's going to happen with that. He's going to get himself a half-second penalty. But regardless, I'm not going to wait about it. This is a fast lobby. I need to overtake. So I flash my lights to say, look, I'm going up the inside. And thankfully, he just backs out because he knows there's no point fighting it. Because if I don't get him here, I'm going to get him once he crosses the line to serve his penalty. And we got up to P8, and that's the move done. Lovely stuff. So now, lap 21. I'm on the mediums. Now, I've got TX3. He's managed to catch up with me here. Very, very quick drive. You can see there's a little altercation, very minimal here. As I see him, so I kind of go over to the right to try and defend it, but I kind of give up the position straight away. I know he's got the momentum, so I let him fly past me. Maybe we could get the slipstream on another corner and fly past him. But there's only 1.5 laps to go here, folks, really. So 8 corners, probably, to be precise. So we go through the right-hand there once more, and then over to the left. You want 2 wheels on the green stuff if you potentially can, just to get the best racing line when you're going out of there. But my tyres are essentially dead now. They're really coming to the end of their life. You can see just how bad they are. But I believe the guy in front of me is on the same set of tyres. So pace-wise, we are very similar. But he just managed to catch me up in the last stint. So that's how he's managed to overtake me. Nice and smooth. Still no penalties. So a massive reason why I've managed to stay in this position that I currently am is because I've not served a penalty. But what was really curious to me, which is what I couldn't figure out why, is I had really good pace. I jumped myself up to P6. And now I've served my penalty, and so now I've served my pit stop. I'm somehow in P9, fighting for P8 on the last lap. So I'm not really sure why. It's very, very bizarre. Anyways, you can see I'm all over the back of this Belgian guy now. So I go to the inside here. It's a nice little move, but then he's got the right-hander. And at this point here, I am fully expecting him to go to the right to defend, but he doesn't. He keeps on the racing line. So I hit into him, and that is my fault. I do apologise. Now, you can see his hanger, right? But this is a major talking point. So you can see the braking markers here. He brakes well over a car's length before that. And then I end up smashing into the back of him. And you can tell what's going on. Now, yep, 2-second penalty for your boy. And I was fuming. I was absolutely fuming. We had such a good race up until that point. I could not understand why he acted so furiously. It's not like I took him out. It's not like I went off the track. I just misjudged it. I tapped him. Fine, he stayed on the track. He braked way too early, in my opinion. Way too early, all of a sudden, and I get a 2-second penalty. So in my eyes, I'm thinking to myself, right, he's brake checked me. He's brake checked me. Like, why has he done that? You know, it's a silly mistake. So as soon as the lobby finishes, I sent him a message and I simply said, why? Why did you do that? To which, actually, he did surprisingly reply to, and said, you don't drive like that on your YouTube channel. And I kind of saw red, because I don't like comments like that. So I went straight to the replay and had a look. So this is the little altercation, the first one. So you can see I'm just defending, but I didn't defend it for long. I was like, no, he's got that. So I brake well early, let him overtake. Fair dues, he's got the move. Let's just live to fight another day, and we'll go again. So nothing else happened, and I kept checking the replay. I kept checking it. So it was only that one, and then this one here. So this is where I go up on the inside. Fair move, I think. I didn't push him, wasn't aggressive, there's no contact. We got past him. Now at this point here, I'm expecting him to keep to the right to defend for the inside corner. But he doesn't, so I go into the side, so that's my bad. So you can see, he gets a moment of rage, and he brakes way too early. I go into the back of him. That causes me to get a 2-second penalty. I then drop down to P11, I believe. And it cost me like 40 points, which is a nightmare really, because I really need to be on top of my game if I want to beat Rory in Adventure Racing in this one. But yeah, let me know guys in the comments what you think. I think he just saw red. I think we both did. I don't think there was anything malicious in it. You know, maybe at the time he did it, but he sent me a message afterwards. We did speak afterwards, as you can see, and he, you know, he did apologise, and so did I. And it is what it is. And this is a prime example of just, you know, talking it out afterwards and eventually just solving it and just moving on. So even if these kind of things happen, we both held our hands up and said we were in the wrong. We move on. At the end of the day, before that, it was great racing. So fair play to him. Big shout out to him, you know, for being a top man at the end, top sport, for replying back to my messages. We spoke about it, we talked it out, and that's the end of that. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. So, yeah. Really hope you enjoyed that one, guys. Shame I couldn't bring it in for the first round, but fingers crossed. Next one is Monza, I believe. So we should have a much better go of it. But, yeah, if you did enjoy this video, please leave a like, subscribe if you are new around here, and I'll catch you for the next one. Take care. Ta-da.